MKT on Sherman Hill. Dispatch to Union Pacific 1988 East. I have a pair of priority westbounds coming on tracks 1 and 2 in a couple of minutes. As soon as track 1 clears, you will receive the signal to proceed eastbound, operating via track 1 as far as Borry, then via Borry cut-off to Spear. See you later, Dan. It's the Dr. Pepper livery. I feel like I need a drink of Dr. Pepper to go with this. I picked this scenario specifically because it has this livery. Elirag, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. J Jams, where is this route? This is Wyoming, so Cheyenne, Laramie, that sort of area. Well, it's between from Cheyenne to Laramie. Our most boring but beautiful states. Oh dear. There's a series of novels about a guy called Joe Pickett. Can't remember the name of him now. That are all based around Wyoming. He's a game warden, and they're brilliant. CJ Box, that's it. CJ Box. That's the. It's the CJ. If you look up CJ Box for the Joe Pickett series, there's loads of them. But if you want to sort of get a taste for Wyoming life, that's a good way of doing it. Sort of detective crime novels. Oh, we've got another one going the other way. Oh dear, sandwich. Daniel, how long are we going to be trucking? I don't know. We'll do at least one journey. We might do two. We'll see. Depends how the time goes, really. Right, we're up on the bank now. That didn't work. That one did. That horn! Oh my word! That sounds like what I expect an American horn to sound like. Like the world shakes as it goes. I don't think I'll put EFX on. Turn that on. What's on the back? I can't get out now. It's Stephen Jam! "40 miles an hour, this is like an express train." How is it odd, Stephen Jam? It kind of looks like 3 Union Pacific SD70s with a whole bunch of Union Pacific Bethgods. Goes. High ball. Going via Dale Junction. It's our first waypoint. Comes the tail. You like this shot? Yeah, I like this kind of shot as well, where you compress the corner and using the zoom. You see a lot of the train at once. Hype! Train coming the other way! Oh, fantastic. Timing. I mean, if you were actually a rail fan standing on this hill and that happened, that'd be just like the best day ever, I think. Interesting mix. That's just a local. That's a lot of power on the front for a local, mind you. I guess they have. It's because of the Z. What happens, Pen Dennis, is when I'm zoomed in, the differences between textures goes. If you imagine scaled up, the difference between one panel and another panel is this. As you get further and further away, so it gets closer and closer together because it's further away, and then it gets eventually it gets to the point where it's so close together, it doesn't. They're almost basically in the same place. Yeah, in the way that it's rendered, which means you end up with... Oh, I see. We've run out of wagons, that's why. Oh, well. Let's get back to what we're doing. Yeah, so what happens is when they... so they get further and further away, they actually start... mathematically, they're sort of almost the same number, which means that they start glitching. Well, they're not glitching, they're flickering because it doesn't know which one's in front of the other. It's much worse when you're zoomed in like this because you're seeing everything at an extreme difference. That's one of the benefits that Unreal has got, is that when you zoom, it doesn't matter because it's all done based on screen size. So if it takes up a lot of space on the screen, it's given its absolute best resolution. Whereas yeah, this one doesn't. You still get the distant lots. Oh, hello. Can we get a full S-bend out of it before it runs out of train? Oh yes, that's a shot. No, you shouldn't see Z fighting. One thing that did happen in the beta was it was only the locos that scaled themselves up, depending on how big they were on the screen. The trees and things didn't. So when you zoomed in, the loco looked great and all the trees are all blocky. That's all fixed now. Everything now scales correctly. So you can zoom in and it still looks just as good as if you were standing right next to it, which is amazing actually. You can get some really good screenshots. Hey Metro Rail Ran. Curves mean excellent shots, that's all I'll say. Would I recommend ATX? American Truck Sim is really good now. Yeah, it's much better. I definitely would recommend it now. I would have been hesitant to recommend it previously because of until they did the rescale, but the rescale they have completely delivered on. I only wanted to do one horn blast. I don't need a 14L. Oh, right, on that car. You did need a 14L. Never mind. Something like that ought to do it, I think. SDH, there isn't a date set for the release yet. When TS12 comes out, I'll be spreading. Same as it was when the beta was out. I'll probably run TS12 once and then run 2 or 3 of TS17. We're doing fine. Can the mod set up a poll, please, of whether ATS should be single player or multiplayer? And remember, don't just participate in the poll whether you want to play ATS or not. Depends what you want to watch. Really is more important than whether or not you want to play multiplayer. So, do you want to watch multiplayer or do you want to watch single player? I'm easy either way. But I'll go with the viewer majority. We will actually make sure we do a multiplayer. If we don't do one tonight, we'll do one at some point, but I'm not that bothered either way at the moment, so throwing it out to you guys. No idea what city we'll start in, Daniel, because I can't remember where I am. Stephen Jams, put the poll up, make sure you get your votes in. Oh, 55, holy moly. It's even Stevens at the moment. It's even Steven Jam. Oh no, it's 8 votes for single player at the moment. Ayrton, feel free to just message Stephen and tell him what your postal vote is. He can add it to the numbers. It's 9 votes, 3 votes ahead now for single player. Oops, 7 to 9. Seven to 12 votes at the moment. 12 votes for single. Horn is tremendous. Yeah, I know, I started it too early. I'm not really trying, to be honest. I'm trying to do some different camera views. Okay, so it looks like single player's won, 9 to 15. What I am curious to know is, for those of you that have picked single player, if you've got any idea, if you'd care to share your reasons why you don't want to see multiplayer. Because there are some people that do, and if there's ways we could make it more palatable, perhaps. But I can only do that if I know what it is that is objectionable. Catch a little bit of sky on there, get the mountain range in. SDH, no, probably not. I might do One House Model Railway stream, maybe, because I'm going up to Mum and Dad's, but because I'm going up to Mum and Dad's, I won't be able to stream the games. Hey, Train Track Trav, yeah, we're doing well, thank you. So it seems like sort of a common thread coming out is that multiplayer is a bit chaotic. Which I can certainly understand, and sometimes I know I get a bit frustrated because I seem to spend half of it sitting around waiting for people to catch up, or us getting ourselves organised, so I can certainly see where that comment comes from. Oh, missed that. Night, Andrew Rennie. I know, but Wreckfest is kind of intended to be chaotic. The nature of the game is chaotic, whereas Truck Sim is exactly not chaotic. It's supposed to be about, you know, getting your trailer and driving somewhere and in a you know, a straightish line. So there is a fundamental difference between the two. Yeah, I get the same impression, Character. It's another one of those where it's a participation sport rather than a viewing sport. No, we haven't done Flight Sim because I got the you know, very clear feedback from viewers that they didn't enjoy it. Should we do some group flying? Again, the viewers don't really enjoy it, Daniel, so... Anyway, I was going to bring Flight Sim back was to start doing things like the missions and so forth. That was sort of my thought of how I bring Flight Sim back, do it that way. Yeah, I think it would have to be an extra show. I think a Flight Sim multiplayer or Truck Sim multiplayer would be an extra thing. That's the sort of thing that, you know, if I do weekend streams, that's a really good thing to throw into a weekend stream or a holiday stream. now I'm just facing forwards like this, I can see where the crossings are coming from. B. Harrison, what do I find the most relaxing to stream? Truck sim, normally, is really good. Farming sim, I'm really chilling with farming sim. I wouldn't say Wreckfest is relaxing, but it's sort of like a really good laugh. No, I quite enjoy the truck sim games because, you know, they're overall it's not a hard game to play. You can just do a thing. Will we ever play golf with your friends again? Probably, Daniel. I mean, I'm going to play lots of games over the course of time, but at the moment it's just got such a limited amount of time that I can stream. I say limited, it's still 3 nights a week. I can when I can start building back up again after TS World is out, then we can start broadening up. I imagine Thursday will become the different game every week type day, so we can start looking at all sorts of things. Please look times with the TS World camera. Yeah, I like the follow camera. I miss it. However, this camera is now in TS World as well. So you press 2 to get this camera and 3 to get the follow camera. That went in this week. But no, I'm really enjoying Farming Sim. Great bunch of people, was also a great game. Where are the 66s? GG, train track tram. There isn't much DLC for ATS yet, Woody. There's the steering wheel pack and 1 or 2 other bits, but that's about it. I'm really looking forward to the next map. Open up another state. I just hope it's not a yellow state. I want to get out of the desert and see some green. That sounds about right, Daniel. I might do trains on as the after Minecraft potentially. It's New Mexico. Is it New Mexico next? I think I heard that as well. That's all good. It's all about travelling around the states, isn't it? Ben Dennis, geos are mesh files, not textures. TG, PCDX are the textures. That's not a bad shout, Daniel. A multiplayer game of some sort. Yeah. Yeah, so we could have like a flight sim multiplayer, a truck sim multiplayer. That's not a bad shout, actually. Oh, go on then, B. Harrison. Pass on your knowledge. There's some good AI in this. You know, there's plenty coming the other way. Oh, I can do flight plans. Damn. If I unlock the camera and pause it, then I can get a... I watched some of Extreme Railways, yeah. Some dynamics, I think. It's 55 limit anyway. Oh, hello. That's not what I wanted to press. That's what we got here. Glory, then via Spear. And Spear is 7 3/4 miles. Yeah, DTM has an audience that enjoys watching DTM. You know, it'll find its path. While there's still people that want to stream it. Stopping anyway. Only at the end. What locomotives do you have on the model railway? You mean one else model railway? It's hundreds, I can't remember them all. See you later, BRCW. know the DTM crew do try quite hard to find different things to do. Wheels don't have brakes, they just wheel slip. Crossover. Hey RS Gaming, how are you? Pendennis Castle, it's my dad's. One else model railway. A little bit squeaky squeaky over there. I'm doing great, thank you, Ryan. Busy at work, but busy streaming too. What locos join it? Like I said, there are hundreds of them on there. It's a mix. We have Steam days, BR Green days, BR Blue days, Ultra Modern days with Pendolinos, Voyagers. We've got Deltics. We've got shed loads of 47s, shed loads of sheds, Gronks. We've got just for any kind of steam you can think of. There's American steam, American diesel, there's French TGVs, there's the American Cellar, there's just anything and everything you can think of, I think. More than Pete Waterman, probably. I don't know. I mean, Pete Waterman has got a heck of a collection, but with all O gauge as well. Huge amount of space to store that. That's his only 00, so you get a lot more in a smaller space. But no, probably not more than Pete Waterman. See you later, Shadow Wolf. Folks, if you haven't bookmarked or followed RS Gaming X, make sure you do. He streams Flight Sim and some other stuff. No, the main problem we had with the showing the plots off on DTM was it was dominating the stream, and we would one of the bits of feedback we got from people was they just wanted to see us play the game, which is why we went down to showing one plot a week and showing and then doing our DTM crew playing Minecraft bit, where we started again from scratch. So they did change things around a bit, but I take your point that it's the same thing every week. I guess some people might like the familiarity, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what other things we can do. I know the crew are really receptive to ideas, because they want to do more with it, but it's figuring out what that is and not turning it just into a show and tell. What does UE4 give us in potential sound features? UE4 at the moment doesn't have a great sound engine, actually. Unfortunately. we've actually added a whole bunch of stuff to it. So it's not so much what UE4 gives, it's what we've added onto it that then gives all sorts of, like we play a lot more sounds, a lot more variety, and a lot of it is because we've got the simulgraph, so we can tie the sounds into lower detailed parts of the system. So rather than approximating the sounds, it's actually pulling sound information from specific parts of what's going on all the different vehicles. All the axles clack individually as they go over joints. Every vehicle's got its own sound emitters. All the wagons do. You know, there's stuff that can kind of be done in TS1, but it's done cleaner and more regularly. Can you use Fmod? Yes, if you don't mind paying a lot of money. Same with Wise. It's a lot of money. Fmod's not ridiculous money, but it's still like 5 figures. Already cut off east, coming up. What do you do on DTM? So, when you join, you get a plot, and then you can do anything you like on that plot. And then, you know, if you built something and you want to show it, then you can let the DTM crew know, and then they'll figure you in. But everyone uses Fmob. Well, if they're indie developers, then they pretty much get it for free. If you're a commercial developer, then you have to pay lots of money for it. If you're a big developer, then that amount of money is not a problem. But unfortunately, Dovetail sort of sits right in the equal. Right in that nasty bit. And a lot of licensing doesn't work with the DLC model. They actually want you to pay for every bit of DLC as well. So if you think about, you know, one bit of DLC every week at 10-figure sum for Fmod, and yeah, it gets expensive. It would also mean that any third parties wanting to make content, they'd have to think about needing to buy that as well. It's not just because it's in the engine you get to use it. Woody TV, yes, Dovetail Games is about creating simulation entertainment. Well, of course they could, Daniel. There's no need to be like that. Of course they could. Any company could. But then commercial realities mean that sometimes you just got to deal with what you've got. Gonna need to hold you at Spear as there is Cheyenne-bound freight coming up the Denver line single track. Stop at Spear West Wide. So the other things on the DTM stream, there's the build-offs, and there's different types of build-offs. Although the team build-offs are sort of on hold at the moment because they're dominated by one group that means that nobody else ever wants to play. So back into single build-offs all the time now, but they're good fun. I really enjoy the single build-offs. People are really creative with them. One mile for Spear Car Track West. What are you sorry for, Stephen? See you later, SDH. Daniel, I do participate. I used to participate in the DTM Survival, and then the feedback that we got was that all they were seeing was me and nobody else. So now I'm just the camera flying around, looking at what everybody's doing. Good night, Strat Shadow. Thanks for joining. pull off to the on this siding here, and then we'll once we get to the other end of it, half a mile. Train passing in the distance hype. Oh, am I going to spad it? Have I left it too late to put the brakes on? No. Put the brakes on. Oh, spadded. Come on, stop before we crash. See, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Hurry up. No. Oh. Don't. Don't. I knew I put that brake on too late. Never mind. Oh.